Hello YouTubers, subscribers, and friends. Welcome to my channel. It is 9:30 in the morning. 51 degrees. I'm sitting in a Hohokam or a Hohokam cave. It has been graffitied. It is very chilly this morning. I want to give a shout out to one of my son's friends, Carson. He is the one who made that intro for me. It's a wrestling intro that he made, and he has a wrestling match where he made a character of me and my son wrestling each other. I'm here in what I call Hohokam Canyon. Parking lot was full when I first got here. 2 cars left. From Texas, California, Montana, Utah. Everybody's going that way. Good. I'll have the canyon to myself. I'm here, it says Hohokam Canyon. So I want to show you. I showed you pictures of the Hohokams. They lived in pit homes in the ground, and they also lived in caves, and they built their homes out of rocks also. So I wanted to come over here to Hohokam Canyon, which I call Hohokam Canyon. It has another trail name, and show you, these caves. Because there's 4 caves in this canyon. One at the beginning of this trail where I'm at right now. Very steep climb. And 2 in the middle of the trail and 1 at the very end. And this is a very historic canyon, in my opinion, because of all the Hohokam Indian stuff that I have found in this canyon. Like I said, there's caves and there's petroglyphs and ruins in this canyon that I've found over the years. I've been coming to this canyon for over 10 years, and I've hiked here so many times, and the reason I like coming here is because the energy in this canyon. There's the sun. It's like 9:40 in the morning about, and it's extremely cold standing in the shade. Now, I get a lot of people that like to correct me when I say Hohokam Indians. They like to tell me it's Hohokam, not Hohokam. So, you say potato, I say potato. I'm going to climb up here, because last time I was up here I found a really nice pair of sunglasses. I didn't take them, I left them in the same spot that I found them, but I just want to see if they're still there. They were around the corner there. Man, there's a lot of people out right now. I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. It's almost 2021. This is going to be my last video for 2020. I'll probably go out and hike again, but I won't make a video until after the new year. You can see the animals have been sleeping up here. I've seen deer in this canyon so many times, and bobcats, javelina. And this is where I found them sunglasses. They were sitting right here. This was years ago. That's probably 5 years ago. But let's see if I can go down over there and show you where them other caves are at, and then I'll hike up to them. Look at the moss on this. These rocks here. It's cold out. My ears are freezing. Go down this rocky climb here. That's another reason why I love this canyon, is because of the rocks that are here in this canyon. Now, every time I come in this canyon, I always show that rock, but I show it from the east side facing west, and it always looks like a profile of a lion to me. This is the first time I'm actually looking at it from up in this high up on the hill, and it still looks like a profile of a lion's face. It looks more like a lion from the other side, but you can still clearly see a profile of a face there. That's not the only giant rock face I found in this canyon. Much more breezy up here, more chilly. I want to get down there in the sun. I'll give you another shot of that view over here, but look at that giant fallen saguaro over there. That's been there for years. It's like somebody set it up to be like a bench to sit on. There was a bird up there like going like a hawk noise. Now what's special about this canyon, which I will show you later, these rocks have been carved out, and there's one way down there that actually faces that way, and at a certain time of the year, I don't know exactly what date, it faces the mountain on the other side there, and it looks like the moon is sitting right on the mountain. And I think it's really, really cool because it's clearly carved out. Oh, look at this, I almost stepped on this barrel cactus. It's clearly carved out of the rocks. As you can see how dark these rocks are. Hey, there's a cave right up there. I didn't know that before. Alright, well, it's not really a cave. It's just something dug out of with some graffiti on it. Maybe it's a lookout point. There's trails everywhere around here. Let's go look over here really quick. So look at these views. I always like looking on these rocks to see if I can find any petroglyphs up here. Alright, let's go back down into that rock down there. There are all kinds of trails all over this mountain. It looks like a freaking big nose in this angle. Right? Looks like a profile. You see the big nose, you see the lips, the forehead. Definitely looks like a face profile from this angle. Alright, there you go. From facing west, I like to show this one all the time because I see people, like the people coming down there, people just walk right by this. Nobody even pays attention to these rocks or anything like that. They just walk in the canyon. And I like to show them all the time. So let's head to the other caves over here. I haven't been here in a couple months, maybe 4 months probably. Oh, it's getting windy. Now here's one spot. There's 3 spots in this canyon that have these just pile of rocks here. Like at one time this was like a home or something built out of rocks. That's my conclusion, because there's nothing like this in this area right here where there's piles of rocks, and they're all near the riverbed here. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know what these are. They're all still here, and I still have no clue who made them or why they were made. And this was like, what, 4.5 years ago when I first stumbled upon them. And I've talked to several psychics. They all tell me different things, but similar. But I still don't know for sure who made these things. Here's the second pile of rocks right here. Kind of goes in a big area right here. These have like crumbled down over the years because the Hohokam, you know, they disappeared like 2,500 years ago. That's the second pile. I'll show you the third pile. Alright, here's the third one. This one goes up. There's like a wall that goes up there and it comes around. And then there's rocks over there. Now, you might say, well, it's just a pile of rocks. Yeah, true, maybe, to the average eye. But this looks like there's another bed was made here. But if you research the Hohokam Indians, they built their homes out of, you know, round circles using rocks, depending on what stuff they had in the area. And just like these ruins up on the hill that I found years ago, it's a whole huge area with a fire pit in the middle, made of rocks, and they built their homes out of sticks and mud and timber trees from Mount Lemmon, which I've talked about in other videos before. But let's keep going. Now here's the other cave. It's in the center of this trail. See that? That's the entrance, and you see that little hole? I think that's where they cooked, and that was the way where the smoke could come out. And there's one right around the corner from that that was carved out of the face of that mountain. I'm going to hike up to that and show you that one. It's been a long time since I've been up there, about 4 years probably. And here's the other cave that's in the center of this trail. I've hiked up that before. Only one person can barely fit in, or a small person. But that's across from this cave up here. Let's keep going. This is the big rock that has the petroglyphs behind it. I was just talking to that family from Switzerland. I was telling them about this rock here. And right up there is the cave. You can't see it from this angle. But there's a trail that goes up to it. And you can see how dark the rocks are. When you get up there, I want to show you when I get up there, you'll see that this definitely was clearly carved out of the rock. Let's go see if this petroglyph is still here. You can tell that's a motto in there. You can see the discoloration. The rock is like very, very light color, and everything else is dark. And then there, I've hiked up to that one up in there. There's a smaller one up in there. I think that was like used for storage or something. But when you hike up to it and you look in it, you can clearly see that it was grinded out with something. I don't know if they used ladders or ropes or what to get up there, but. And then towards the end of the trail, there's a cave right up there. I think these were all like lookouts or something. They all have evidence of fire being burned in the caves. Let me show you one more thing before I go up to that cave. Okay, I've talked about this many, many times. I call this the Hohokam reclining chair, because as you can see these rocks here, the color of the rocks, and then right where you sit, how light color it is, all that was ground out smooth. And when you sit in that, you sit in like tilted back like at a 45-degree angle. It's very comfortable. You can rest your head on that big rock. And what that faces, that puts you at eye level of this mountain right here. I don't know what date it is, I don't remember, but I was here one time when the moon was out in the daytime, and right in between those saguaros, right on that flat rock up there, the moon looks like it's sitting right there. And that Hohokam recliner chair behind me puts you at eye level. Your eye level, when you're angled looking that way, sets you up for a perfect view of that moon sitting on that rock. It looks exactly like the moon is sitting right on that rock at this certain time of the year. And I've been fortunate enough to be out here when the moon was there, yet I don't remember the date. But yeah, you can see the discoloration. That was clearly smoothed out for sitting. And that is the last evidence of a Hohokam, because this is the end of the trail. Around the corner there's the Giant's World that I always go to. I haven't been out there in a long time. Last time I was there, one of the arms had fallen off, but that's where the family from Switzerland went. And that's the last cave up there. And I'm going to go to this cave over here and show you that cave. But I love coming to this canyon. I come here all the freaking time. Alright, take this trail up the mountain. It's pretty steep. Check out this barrel cactus growing out of this rock. It always amazes me how they grow out of the rock. It's got some really, really thick, hooky thorns. Oh, got my finger. Alright, let's continue up. Okay, that's the entrance. Oh man, this is steep. It was cold, but now it's warmer. There's a cave right up in there too. I've never been up to that one. I think you have to rappel down from the top down to that one. I would need a drone. There's one right there too. But this is the one I want to show you, the one that was carved out. That's the Swiss family down there. You can see this is complete different. It's like bird poop. Anyway, look at these views. You can see all the caves from up here. Okay, there's that cave there. And there's the other cave around the corner where I call the kitchen. And the main cave where I started my video is right at the bottom of that peak right there. It's nice and cool here. So I've been talking to these people here. They told me that they ran into another guy over there at the beginning of the trail, another YouTuber, Aaron Herbert, they said his name was, but they couldn't remember his YouTube channel name, so I don't know. This one looks very cool. It's so round. I wish I could get up to that one, but it's too hard climbing this area right here. But like I said, you see how dark these rocks are? And then you see how smooth this is? This was clearly dug out, leveled out. And then, I don't know if it was a sleeping area or just a lookout point, because like I said, you can see everything. You can hear everything so good up here. Just imagine how many Hohokam Indians were in this spot right here. How many thousands of years ago, what they talked about, what they ate, what they saw, you know, back when there was no people. Imagine the wildlife they saw in this area, because here it is, 2020, end of 2020, and I've seen so many wildlife in here. Javelinas, bobcats, deer, coyotes, skunks, roadrunners, snakes. I've seen them all here, man. Just imagine 2,500 years ago how packed these canyons were with the wildlife. It's amazing. The Hohokam Indian culture just it just amazes me. I get people ask me all the time, why are you so interested in it? I've been studying them for freaking so many years, you know, and I find so many people that don't know anything about them. See that rock wall down there? I just noticed that from up here. That looks like a dam or something. That's definitely built by someone. That wasn't just formed naturally. Oh, somebody's talking to me. So that's the YouTube guy they were telling me about. I was just talking to him. Aaron Elpert is his name. Elpert. So he says he does photography type videos on his channel. So check him out, see if you can find him. But here's the exit hole here. You can see all the black soot. And then I'll go inside and show you the inside here. This is not where the cooking is, but this is another smaller one inside here. See how big this one is? Make sure there's no bats in here. Came in here one time years ago when I first came here. There was a huge beehive right here. Just tons of bees, and it was like hanging there, almost touching down here. You can see all the black soot right there. And that hole inside there, it's all black. So I call this a Hohokam kitchen because, you know, you cook in here and the smoke, you want the smoke to go out that way and don't make your eyes water and stuff like that. But, yeah. These Hohokam, little storage area up there. Man, they really got around. It's all blackbird right there. And I sit here and I watch. There's a lot of people hiking in this canyon today, and I sit up to these caves and I just watch. And people just walk down the wash here. They don't even bother looking up here. I just find that amazing. Nobody ever stops and look. They just walk with their heads down. I don't get that. You know, hiking is not just about walking. Hiking is about, you know, checking out the surroundings, stopping and smelling the roses or the cactus flowers or whatever, you know. Take in this beautiful Mother Nature creation here. You know, it's not, I ask people, or people ask me all the time, what's the farthest you ever hike? To me, it's not about the distance. To me, it's about what I can see on my hikes. I don't care if I hike for 20 minutes or 5 hours. That's not important to me. It's what I find in that 20 minutes or what I see in that 20 minutes or 5 hours is what's important to me. I like to point out things that people, when they come to Arizona, they don't just look and all they see is their feet in the ground. I mean, I sit up here for years and watch people just hike like that. That's not hiking to me. But to answer people's questions, I've hiked 19 miles in one day with my son. But like I said, to me, it's not the distance, and you can still see that other cave over there. But these are interesting for me, these Hohokam Indian people, even though that's not what their real name is. That's what the other natives call them, the vanishing people. Whether you want to say Hohokam or Hohokam, it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me how you say it. It's spelled the same. But these are interesting. I wanted to show this as the last video of 2020 because I love talking about the Hohokams. I love learning about them. I don't meet too many people that know or are even interested in them. But this has been a crazy year. A lot of crazy things going on in this year. So I think I'm going to end the video here. If you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button. It don't cost you anything. It's free. And remember, we're all one. We're all brothers and sisters. So be kind to each other. Treat each other with kindness. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. Treat them with respect. Because with all the craziness going on in the world, we don't need to be attacking each other, no matter what you believe. And if the Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. I'm gone. I'm gone.